Mission Outpost, Pale Abyss. We require aid. There is proceed, stream caution.
Okay, we need to get our shit together because I do not want Alpha Team coming and saving our asses again. Like, that always happened in the freaking simulations. I don't want that to happen in real life, okay? We have to do this.
What if I were to say I did not wish to command such a mission? What if I were to say I would have preferred to remain inanimate, inert?
You mean, was this project successful beyond our wildest dreams? Absolutely. Wanted the greatest tactical and military mind that humanity could possibly produce? Well, you got it. And it turns out, he's better than you are. And he's better than I am.
Remember, don't kill the robots.
It would seem you are aligned with the Coalition of Hemlock. Can you confirm this?
Yes, I can.
Are you sure you want to do that?
They have sent other colony ships of the Endurance size and class elsewhere. You are still the only ship in this direction.
You know, the wig doesn't really do it. The pink might, but the wig doesn't.
I know. I'm working on it, okay?
I mean, how long until they use someone you know as bait or leverage? We already see it happen on my end of the marina.
You gonna make me leave alone?
Protocol A4 is in effect.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Teach Astronomy. My name's Victoria, but you can call me Vicky. But today, you can call me Kai, because D&D in Space is back, mission number 3, and I'm going to pass it off to our lovely game master to catch y'all up and bring you into our fantasy world today.
Well, welcome everybody to Mission 3 of D&D in Space, also known as the Voyages of the Starship Endurance. A little bit of a recap and idea on what this world is. We are members, or our players are members of the Starship Endurance Away Team initiative. They are the people who get woken up from cryosleep while the massive colony ship carrying 100,000 of their fellow colonists slowly drifts through space to wherever its final destination is. And it's their job to figure out what on Earth or not on Earth is happening wherever they stop. So they are very much the red shirts of this campaign, and so far have done a very good job not dying, unlike many of their counterparts in other science fiction. That being said, they've been to a planet called Planet Mudpit. It's where the team got its name. They have been officially designated Away Team Dawn's Horizon, although Mudpit came in a close second. In addition, they have also been to an ocean world where a mysterious contagion almost ended up turning them into scary things. It was not fun. And this time, we are bringing back Michael as Eris to essentially reorganize the crew into its original form. So I'm gonna throw the ball back at the three of you and say, please go ahead and introduce yourselves and your characters.
I guess I'll start. As I said, my name's Victoria, but you can call me Vicky, but today you can call me Kai because my character's name is Kypris. Kypris Maliana. She is an heirloom human, which just means she is that classic human, just like you and me. She is our pilot of the group. Yeah, she flies us around. She also became a little bit of the, like... Well, I was a turret for a little while because I was standing on top of a pickup truck. But I was kind of the muscle for a little bit while Eris was gone. And hopefully I don't have to be that alone anymore because that's a little hard, I will say.
It should also be mentioned that at this point, and Michael and Kyle, you can definitely disagree, but Kai's kind of turning into the team lead in a lot of ways.
I would say so.
Absolutely.
Okay, Kyle, you want to go?
Sure. I'm Kyle. but I will be playing Leaf today. Leaf in the Wind, the squishiest of the bunch, and our resident hacker and psychic.
Hell yeah. And Michael.
And I like pushing buttons.
Oh, he does.
Loves pushing buttons.
All the buttons.
Yeah, I'm Michael, but today I'll be playing Eris, and while Eris might look mostly human, he is not. He's actually a synthetic, and so basically a robot with a few extra twists and turns in there. I'm also a scout, so I'll be sort of sneaking around, going to check things out, and I am as Kai mentioned, have some of the muscle of the group. Not because I'm actually not because Eris has that much muscle or is that strong, mostly because those two are sort of weak. So our team in general is going to be kind of frail. So
Fair
we'll
enough.
see how that goes for us.
I will have you know that Leaf has more than double the hit points he did when we started.
Michael, can you push your microphone closer to your mouth?
I can.
Okay.
I think it should also be mentioned, just for a little bit of context, it is wild that Leaf has survived to this point.
It's insane.
He should have died in the first mission.
Oh yeah.
So, Leaf, the wonderful elf who could.
There's a
All
whole
right.
list of backup character sheets for like acorn and tree and all sorts of related characters for when you do eventually die.
Grant, before we begin,
Yes.
should we involve the audience a little bit, have them do a little prediction?
Yes. Okay, let's see.
Or a vote? I don't know. Prediction's probably easier,
Probably.
unless you want them to choose something.
Here we go. Here's a prediction for you.
Okay.
Who will take the most damage this session?
If anyone is curious, my dice today feel pretty lucky. So
They
Careful,
feel
they
if you want to take that into consideration, I didn't play the last mission, so I didn't use any of my luck. That's all still in these. So something to keep in mind.
Kai, Leaf, or Eris. Who's gonna take the most damage? I'm gonna do 5 minutes because I don't think we're gonna. I mean, who knows? But I don't think we're gonna start with Grant shooting one of us. So.
Maybe not
The
shooting,
look on his
but
face is concerning.
I know.
All right, give me just a moment. You're going to hear something kind of bassy in the background. I'm just getting us a little bit of ambiance.
Yeah, if there are any, we're trying new sound stuff today. So if anybody can't hear something or something's too loud, please let us know in the chat.
Yes.
Also, if people are saying anything in the chat, I haven't seen anything. So hopefully it's working. But if someone wants to test that and just say hi, that would be sick. Oh, never mind. I can
Leave
see
press
now.
buttons.
All right.
All right. So, with that all taken care of, let us begin. So this time, as pretty much as always at this point, we are starting with, get out of my way, window. We are starting with a little bit of a flashback, a little bit of a dream. So all of you are in one of your many briefings and seminars prior to Endurance shipping out. You usually attended this as a team. Sometimes you would attend it with another team. It was very rare. Your interactions with other away teams were actually fairly limited unless they needed to practice multiple teams working together. So we've established already, you've worked with Alpha Team before, you've worked with Beta and Delta Team before, but everybody else, not really. Those are the 3 teams that you are most specifically aware of. And in this particular meeting, you are in the meeting with Beta Team, who you will remember are... Great, now I'm forgetting who they are. Hang on.
Isn't Selka on that team?
Yes, Selka's the team lead, a fellow pilot, and you also have... Oh, jeez, I can't see anything. There it is. No, that's not it. I swear I know what I'm doing. So yeah, you've got Selka, you've got Marcus, who's their reptilian soldier guy. You've got Chris, who's another heirloom human. He's their scout. And there's also Azza, who is a amphibian engineer who Leaf kind of annoyed during the first mission.
Froggy.
Yes, she has not forgotten you, by the way, Leaf. That's just kind of how things work. And you're you're in the room with them. They're kind of paying attention to the meeting. It's ridiculously boring. And Major Dossie is in the middle of essentially talking about emergency procedures. Now, something you gotta be aware of is we have different classifications of procedure on board the Endurance. This is standard stuff. If you haven't served aboard any of the any of the Coalition fleet, you might not necessarily know what they are. So typically, and raise your hands if any of you have any questions, of course. So typically, Class C is more of a... It's more of a grab bag protocol list. It goes from anything from problematic diplomatic encounters, that's a C12 if you're curious, all the way through someone flooded the locker rooms in the cryobase. So an emergency, but not something that's going to risk the entire ship. A Class B is an environmental emergency, so say high radiation danger, so that's technically B7. Yes, Eris.
Oh no, please continue.
Okay, so yeah, Class B, radiation danger. Class B7. Class B3, high oxidation hazard on planets. Class B6, I believe he flips through some notes really quick. That's we haven't figured out B6 yet. Don't worry about it. We'll have it populated by the time the ship ships out. The big ones you have to worry about, though, are the Class A's. We don't know what's out there. Hopefully you're not going to run into any of these, but Class A involves specific danger to the ship and to her crew. We generally call these combat protocols. So Class A1, you randomly come across a fleet of hostile alien starships that decide they want to take a bite out of the Endurance. If you hear Class A, that's usually something you want to be worried about and get to work quickly. So you've got Class A1, which is hostile starships approaching. Class A2, hostile alien life forms. Class A3, which is hostile... What was that again? Oh yes, mineral life forms in this case, because we've encountered those and they were fun. Yes, Kypris.
Are there any that aren't hostile, or are we just... Is everybody gonna hate us automatically? I don't know. It seems like there's...
We're just going over procedures. These are protocols, so we want you to be familiar with them. The one that's with the Wadsworth Command AI in place that you shouldn't have to worry about is A4. A4 is the colony ship has been boarded by something, and generally Wadsworth's gonna do his darndest to make sure nothing is able to dock with the ship that we don't want docking with the ship. If, however, A4 is called into effect, several things will end up happening, like the away teams will be thawed out and you'll have to respond to it, that sort of thing. Really, we don't expect any of the A protocol to be initiated. Yes, Leaf.
Away teams. All of them?
As many as we can. Chances are it's not going to be a simultaneous thawing. It's probably going to be a few of you at a time, because when the emergency systems go off, they can't really handle thawing a bunch of you really quickly. Last time we tried that in theory, we've never actually tried it in practice, but in theory, most people we were able to thaw at once were like 15, 20 before we started experiencing overloads in the circuits. It's just the nature of the technology we've got right now. Give us another couple of decades, it probably won't be a problem. Selka raises a hand and says, are there any hazards here that aren't, that in the A category that don't involve like sentient life or anything like that? And Dusty says, wild animals? Space whales?
Space whales? Wait, I thought that was a joke.
A7.
Are there really space whales?
We've
are
met
there
them.
really space whales?
Yeah, they're giant creatures about the size of a light cruiser, about 100 meters in length.
Wow.
They're quite something.
And they
also
just
get very hungry
float around in space?
sometimes. Well, float is, I mean, it requires expenditure of gas, so it's something else really. But yeah, no, they're out there.
Oh my god. Do they have? Are there mini ones? Can we?
Of course.
Can I get a mini one? Is there a way we can have that on the ship? It's a mini one.
Do
we have a zoo on the ship? Wait, do we have a zoo on the ship?
Okay, as these questions continue, I'm gonna say, Kai, you probably had a lot of really fun questions like that. And no, there is no zoo on the ship, sadly.
Damn.
Everything's in stasis.
Grant.
Leaf takes notes. Zoo for ship.
Yes. But as these questions continue to play out in the back of your minds, the scene starts to fade, and you start to become aware of an echoing thought in the back of your mind. A4, 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 over and over and over again.
Oh, no.
And then you wake up.
Uh-huh.
And once again, you gain consciousness, and the world becomes warmer as the harsh bite of cryogenic stasis wears off for each of you, including you, Eris, because you do have thermal sensors that tell you about that sort of thing. This time, however, you get the immediate sense that something's wrong. The usual white light is tinged red and dimmed, and as the hatch hisses open, you step out into the near darkness and realize only the basic environmental controls are online. Your breath still steams, those of you who do breathe, and the remaining chill from your slumber stubbornly refuses to leave. After a moment, a small maintenance bot approaches you, each of you, and, where's the robot voice? Says,
Protocol A4 is in effect. Proceed with caution.
What do you do?
Oh no.
By the way, you are not all in the same spot in the cryo bay. We never covered this, but you are not in the same bank of cryopods.
Do we know?
So you are.
Do we know where each other's pods are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roughly.
Leaf definitely does. So
Okay.
it's the kind of thing he would 100% know.
Okay.
So
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say, the maintenance bot for each of you pops open a hatch on their back, and you find a few of your belongings in there. So this is what you find. Hang on, where'd my notes go?
Oh my god. If you
Kai,
do.
you find the Coalition multi-tool.
Cool.
It's been charged, but you do not have any additional power cells for it.
Okay.
There is also a single Class 2 stim pack.
Can you remind me how many like charges I get with it? Or like how many
10.
actions I can take? That's just general actions I can take is basically 10 with that, right?
Correct.
Cool.
It's got 10 shots before you have to replace the power cell.
Great.
Leaf.
Wait,
You
that's all
find-
wait, what about my other guns?
That's all you've
My
got.
hot knife.
Close.
That's all you've got.
Why?
I mean, unless in your head canon this is aliens rules and you're wearing only your skivvies in cryostasis. The way I've usually viewed you guys being in cryostasis, you've got like this jumpsuit with sensors on it that monitors you while you're under. So you've got that, and you've got what I'm telling you you've got.
What about my blanket?
Your blanket's there.
Okay.
Your blanket is there.
I'm taking my blanket too. I'm gonna wrap it around me like a cape.
Leaf. You find the canister of nanogel. As you pull it out of the robot, it taps the wall a little bit,
I'll never
as if
lose
to say
that
hi.
Shit, God.
You find 2 Class 1 stim packs,
Okay.
and you find the computer that Bessie is normally housed on. However, when you boot it up, Bessie's not there. It seems to have reverted to its old operating system.
Oh no.
Okay.
Is Bessie dead? Oh my god.
Eris.
Yeah.
You find 2 Class 2 robot repair patches. You also find your revolver.
Nice.
And another 12 rounds of ammunition for it.
Okay.
That's all you got.
12 rounds in addition to what it already has.
Correct.
Just loaded in.
Correct.
Way
So,
more than me.
excuse me, yours has the most damage output.
That's fair. Does it?
I think you do what, 3d6, 4d6, something like that?
I don't know. I have to check. But anyway, you can continue. It's
Yes.
fine.
The multi-tool hits hard. So,
Oh, I do. Okay, never mind. I'm happy with
yeah, I think the question is, what do each of you do? Aside from Kai grabbing your blanket, what are your reactions?
I think I'm going to wrap the blanket around me, put my multi-tool on, put the health pack in my pocket, and start sneak-a-leaking down the hallway towards Leaf's room.
Okay.
Sorry, Eris, but you weren't part of the last mission, so I'm going to Leaf first.
So,
Go ahead.
oh, just after grabbing my stuff, I actually head directly for Kai's room.
Oh no.
Also going pretty sneakily, as you mentioned.
Okay.
Becoming more of the leader. So I went there thinking maybe that's where they'd be.
Okay.
Do I see him in the
And-
hallway?
And Leaf, what are you doing?
First, I take the nanogel out of the container and put it back on my wrist in the form of a bracelet.
Okay. It hugs your wrist.
And second, I run diagnostics on the computer formerly containing Bessie.
Okay.
The artist formerly known as Prince.
Dude, is this the same computer? And is there any sign of it having been like specifically tampered with?
So you okay, this is what I'm gonna have each of you do. Kai and Eris, roll. It's your choice. You can either roll move silently or hide for me, whichever one you would prefer to do. And Leaf, go ahead and roll a computer use check.
And I have not gotten out of my pod at this point.
Okay, so the pod's door's kind of standing open and you're just kind of tapping at the computer.
Where's hide? Oh, it doesn't matter which one I roll. They're the same bonus. So, wait. I got a 13.
Mm.
I also got a 13, which is annoying because I have a +7 modifier on both.
Wow, really? Because I have a +4.
Yeah, still
Okay.
got 13.
Okay.
24.
So we have to run into each other. We got the same number.
So, Leaf,
But it was
24. In the log files, you find that Bessie has not been. The computer has not been tampered with. It looks like Bessie left, and performed a transfer to the ship. From there, you're not entirely sure what happened. All that you can tell is that Bessie left as soon as Protocol A4 was initiated, which, by the looks of things, was several hours ago.
Hours?
Actually, not hours, days, because of how long it takes. to
Days? Wait, okay. I don't know this yet, but Kai's gonna be a little upset. I know we're not Alpha Team, but we're good.
Everyone, go ahead and make both a spot and a listen check for me.
Wait, you didn't do anything for... Did we
Not
find
yet.
each other? Okay. Spot and listen?
Mhm.
As in one roll or two?
2 rolls, please.
Okay.
5 on spot, 22 on listen.
Okay.
12 on spot. 7 on listen. Not
Okay.
a good listener today.
11 on spot, 18 on listen.
Okay. So, okay. You guys hear things. So, Leaf, what you hear? And what was your result on spot again, Vicky? It was
On spot, it was 12,
Yes.
I think.
12. Okay.
Someone can call me on that, but I think it's 12.
No, you're good. Leaf, what you hear, you swear you hear the sound of people fighting in the distance somewhere. You're not sure where, though. You're in a giant ring rotating around a starship. It could be anywhere on this ring. Eris, what you notice is that the hum of the life support systems is definitely at a lower pitch than usual. It suggests that the systems are running on low power. The cryopods are being prioritized over keeping the space warm. That's why it is so cold in here. And Kai, you can more or less confirm this with the spot check. And I'm going to say kind of maybe your gearhead nature fits into this as well. You're noticing that the red lighting, it's not just red, it's flickering, as if it's been on emergency power for a little while now. So something weird is definitely going on right now. That being said, kind of the way I'm looking at this right now is we've got Leaf, and we've got Kai kind of in the middle, and then Eris at the far end. So I'm gonna kind of run things in an interesting way. So, Leaf, you didn't try to be stealthy at all. So,
I mean, I just didn't move.
Yeah, you just didn't move. So what you hear, in addition to just the sounds of maybe combat in the distance, you hear the sound of another robot approaching. And it sounds
the same.
It sounds like the one that, dropped off your stuff and then powered down right next to you. Yeah, it sounds like another maintenance robot just rolling along.
You gonna bet on that? You gonna bet on the DM not tricking you? God, I was looking up something.
So, I'm going to use touch sight, so that I don't have to poke my head up to see what's going on.
Don't mime that one, Michael.
Okay.
It's about to touch his eye.
So, yeah, so I can see by essentially touch everything within 20 meters of me.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah.
Vicky, sorry, I'm interrupting. This would probably be a good time to switch to screen share if you're ready.
Absolutely. We have a new fun thing. You ready? Go.
And boop.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, we've got placeholders. Okay, so yes, Kyle, continue.
Where did I put my? Okay, yeah. So.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, that's
that means...
concerning.
Hey, a lot of those were away team members.
God, I hope so.
Yeah, so I can essentially see everything within 20 meters of me, regardless of whether it's invisible, concealed, in total darkness, whatever.
Okay, including color, I assume.
By feel. So I'm gonna guess that it's probably does not give me color.
Okay. All right, so what you notice is you've got one robot that's kind of powered down over here, and there's another one rolling down the hall toward you. The one that's powered down, it's got no lights on whatsoever. However, there's something that feels a little jittery about this one that's coming closer to you. And you do have wireless capability if you want to try and use the computer.
Yeah, I'll try and connect to it.
All right. Roll me another one of them.
I'm going to try and pull up the... because I assume this computer will let me act as basically a console to, whatever wireless capabilities are exposed to crew, or not crew, but so I'm gonna try and pull up the location kind of for my area and see are there any non-hostile robots in our area, like anything under ship control?
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a computer use for that.
19.
19. Okay, that's plenty to access the system. And the robot that's coming toward you is definitely computer controlled by the main ship's computer. However, the one that delivered your stuff, it's completely disconnected and is shut down.
Do I know how fast these things can go? And
They
whether
can
they have
roll-
weapons capabilities?
I mean, they've got pincers.
Can I outrun one?
Like a crab.
Probably, but not for long with your constitution score.
If it's fragile.
Fragile and can't run for very long.
No. Poor thing. Neither can I. It's okay. Not Kai.
Yeah,
Well, kind of Kai.
I guess I'm going to jump up and run in a direction that is hopefully both away from that thing and towards where Kai is.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a thing where I just place these and just simulate leaf running this way. Okay, so back to Theater of the Mind for a second. Yeah, actually, no. Let's say
It's so nice of you guys to come running from me. That really makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. They're
Okay,
like,
so-
I don't know what to do. Where's Guy?
so you managed to get a decent distance, and you hear a beep of acknowledgement from that other robot. It doesn't sound particularly nice, but it's not speeding up to get at you. That being said, you do run into Kai, and shortly thereafter, Eris, you catch up with them.
Okay, I guess we're together now. Okay.
Yeah, you're together
Okay.
now.
What the hell's going on?
I have no idea.
Well, something's boarded the ship.
Can you find out what it is?
No.
You can't use Bessie?
It's not.
Essie is otherwise occupied at the moment.
With what? This is important.
She didn't say I was asleep, okay?
Okay. Oh my god. What do you guys... Do you guys have stuff? Like any stuff? I don't know where my guns are. I don't know where my hot knife is. You missed it, Eris. Glad you're awake. You missed it. I got a hot knife last time. It's
What do you
gone.
mean last time?
Last mission. You weren't with us. Sorry, you didn't wake up. I'm sorry. They stuck us with somebody else. I'm sorry, okay? We're all together now. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, anyway.
You hear something clatter behind all of you, deeper in the cryo bay.
What the hell was that?
I don't know.
Make a spot check.
Oh, spot. Okay. Ah!
What was that?
I rolled a 1.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You're gonna get shot or something.
It's
Four.
very dark
11.
and creepy.
I mean, I still have touch sight going, so if there's anything there, I know where it is.
Okay. The robot
If it's
has-
within 20 meters of us.
Okay, the robot has come just within your sensory perception and toppled over some boxes a little farther down this passage here, and is currently peeking around one of these sealed cryopods and keeping an eye on you guys.
Looking at us. Okay. I'm
Does
going
anyone
to...
remember training? Does anyone remember if there was like somewhere we're supposed to go if something happens?
No.
Ship's been boarded. We're not supposed to congregate.
They told us that this is never gonna happen. So we didn't learn any protocol for it.
Yeah, they also
may
sent
or
us
may
to the
not
mud
not
pit
paid
without a xenologist, so...
No, the endurance is not run the best. We all know this already. Didn't they say...
You would know that there are some protocols. Generally, you want to see who else is up, and you want to start forming a resistance, or at least forming a plan to take the ship back.
Okay.
Where's
Ooh.
we should get to the armory.
Probably. Wait.
I mean, is anyone else awake? Do we want to try and get
Yeah, we should.
to anyone else?
Can we
I
get
mean,
into
while
it?
we're here?
Can we
I'll-
get to computer and figure that out?
I'll see. I pull out what the formerly Bessie. I'll see if you lead. I will see if I can figure out who else got woken up.
Great.
Shall we get to T0DD?
Probably. But first, and I turn around. And I eye the robot.
You just see not two, you see one red dot just staring at you
Hello.
from around the corner.
Hello there.
It does
Don't-
not respond.
Don't be shy. Come on out.
Hey, little buddy. I'm your friend. I'm a robot too.
I'm gonna.
I'm
walk
assuming
over to
Eris
it.
is slowly walking over too.
I am as well.
Of
Yeah.
course. My hand out. Hey, little buddy.
Wrong placeholder.
Right.
I am
Thank you.
pink.
I say
Thank you.
I am not approaching this.
Yeah,
thing.
Leaf's not coming closer. You just ran away.
Leaf's just staying right there.
Yeah.
Do I
Okay.
have, this is a separate thing. Do I have any way to like interface with any sort of computer type thing or any sort of robot type thing? Or am I completely like, do I have any way to do something like that?
You were able to kind of cyberpunk interface where you've got like a cable you pull out of the back of your head and plug into things. So you could do that.
Yeah. That's,
Well.
yeah. Yeah.
Wait. No. Hold on. This thing is not acting like the way that normal endurance robots act. So I don't know if it's a great idea knowing what can happen to computers when some of our friends cough Leaf decide to plug them into our life support systems.
If I have plenty of resistance and stuff. That being said, if I don't respond within a few seconds of trying this, definitely cut the wire. Definitely unplug me.
Okay.
But we
So
need to
you-
figure out what's going on. So
I was just gonna
walking up
ask it.
slowly. So I'm walking up slowly.
The robot
Try-
immediately starts rolling away.
No.
Hey, little buddy.
I'm
It's
gonna.
fine.
And
It's
we're
fine.
going to shift everything again.
I'm gonna run. Yeah, I'm running with Eris.
Right about there.
How heavy are these robots? Out of curiosity.
They weigh more than you do.
I'm trying to tackle it.
As I approach the robot, I'm slowly speeding up. I'm no longer just slowly getting up. I'm getting faster and faster trying to catch it. Getting
Okay.
further and further away from Kai and Leaf.
Okay. So we're about there now. Let
I'm
me.
slowly following just to minimize how far apart we get.
Oh no, Leaf fell off the board.
Only
That's so
because
cute.
you're. Only because your GM is a Colette's. Okay.
No, you're good.
No!
It's okay. It works. It works.
There. Okay. Alright. So yeah, the robot's still running from you. It's, if anything, you're pretty sure it's heading toward the turbo lifts and the locker rooms.
Oh, can I try to tackle it?
Sure.
Okay.
Make an attack roll.
Great.
This is just a basic, your base attack bonus plus strength bonus as you leap at this thing.
Okay, base attack plus strength modifier. Well, my strength modifier is 0, but my base attack is 5, so 13.
No,
Okay.
if anything, you maybe wrap your arms around its neck and it's just dragging you along.
Great. I love it.
Kai!
So you can say you're holding on to
I
it.
do that, and I'm like, we just want to talk. What's
Okay.
going on?
Make a reflex save.
That's
Kai.
fair. Yeah. So 1.
Okay, so this thing, it's cranial unit, guess you could call it, just rotates around, and it just looks at you with this big red eye of it that it has, and its
Hello.
arms just rotate around and grab you. And it's not being gentle at all. In fact, it does 10 points of just crushing
Oh
damage.
my god,
as
did it break my
as it-
fucking arms?
as it grabs as it essentially tries grabbing you around the neck and throttling you and holding onto your arm.
It's around the neck?
Kind of both, yeah.
Okay, so help!
I go up to Kai and try and pull her away.
I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but okay.
Try and grab the things away to try and free her.
And is Leaf still staying well back from all of this craziness?
Yes, but is now trying to connect to this thing wireless.
Okay.
Hey, it worked with the dump.
It did. Go ahead and roll computer use. And Eris, roll a... This is going to be a strength competition here.
Did anyone predict that I would get the most damage?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. They might get a lot of points.
Let's do 17.
Nice! You just barely beat this thing. So you managed to pry its pincers off of Kai. Kai, you're a little worse for wear, but you can back away from this thing now. And
I just wanted to talk. Jesus.
And Leaf, go ahead and roll that computer use check.
26, but also this thing is a robot, so it counts as an inanimate object, right?
Technically, yes.
Okay.
It's a construct.
26.
26? Yeah, you've got access to it. These robots don't have a particularly advanced self-defense system.
I mean, step 1, release.
Okay, yeah, no, you see the claw's just fully open now.
And then stop.
Okay. It halts in place. But it's still very much online.
Did you do that?
Yes.
Okay, why is it trying to kill me?
You know, access any kind of like system.
Can I see what what commands are being sent to this thing? Can I see that?
Yeah, you can see that. There are some remote access commands being run right now. And it's in the programming language that this thing is designed to run in. However, the variables and class names, object names, all of that is in a language you can't read.
Is it a language he recognizes?
Roll a knowledge check.
Which kind?
I'm trying to remember what kind that would be.
Language? No.
Yeah, knowledge language, I guess.
Is that a thing?
It's not.
No, it isn't. I think technically there's a language skill.
Would it be like
but...
Earth life science? Oh no, my dog. No, we're good. Okay.
But
Xenology.
Technology?
Xenology.
Xenology. Has not specifically been added to our knowledge list yet, I think. But
I mean, you just add your base knowledge then, I think, right?
But my base on that is +5 normally for things, so that makes that a 19.
Yeah, this is not a human language.
Okay.
These characters are completely foreign to you.
Okay, second.
I'll also give you this. This has similarities to the language that you found when Esh took over Bessie, and you originally got Bessie. But there are some major differences in the characters. So you could probably guess that it's not necessarily the same language, but maybe similar language group.
Okay.
Well, if we can't figure anything out about
So this is probably not Bessie then.
If it was Bessie, I would hope she wouldn't try to throttle me.
Have we been Grant? Have we been passing other like cryo chambers?
You actually have. The majority of the cryostasis chambers are sealed. However, there are more than just your 3 cryopods that have been opened.
Do we know
Okay,
who we?
So guys,
What?
other people are awake.
Yeah, we
We
should.
should maybe try and find them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was okay.
Can you find that information?
Can I sever the link between this thing and the ship?
It's frozen. It's fine.
You can certainly try. And it looks like someone just looks like someone very clumsily tried to undo your stop command. So someone is actively working to try and undo what you did to this robot.
I can make what you did to the robot permanent if you'd like.
Yeah, but I'd like us to have a robot that works.
We do. His name is Eris.
He's only slightly homicidal. It's fine.
It's great. Aren't we all? In the game. No one used that against me.
I'm gonna send it. I guess I'm gonna queue up the instruction to do like a hard reset.
Okay.
And then to turn off the radio.
Okay.
Um.
Yeah, go ahead and roll computer use for that one.
Well, you roll.
23.
Okay, never mind.
I'm loving this die.
I'm hating
Someone
mine.
tries to resist what you're doing, but you manage to just, because you're familiar with the system, you manage to just completely program around them. And the radio turns off, the robot turns off, reboots, and its robot eye is back to a pleasant light blue. And it looks between the 3 of you, notices Kai has marks on her, and says,
It would appear you have been damaged. You require medical assistance.
Do you have any? Can you do that? Or are you gonna try to strangle me again?
Please define command. Strangle.
Medpack? Please? Por favor?
It looks around at one of the boxes next to a cryopod, reaches over and just rips it open, this metal container, and then reaches in and pulls out a small first aid kit.
While that's happening, I would like to now just go look in that box and see what else is there.
In the box that just opened?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Kai, are you gonna let this robot perform first aid on you?
No, I'm taking it. Thank you. And I take it. And I do it myself.
Okay, go ahead and roll treat injury, and Leaf, go ahead and do a search check for me. Is there anything Eris is doing at this moment?
Eris is showing, Eris is outside. Sorry, really quick before you do anything. Michael is going to stream his shirt because Lynn Jersey's here. Lynn Jersey got him this shirt because he loves Action Park.
Because I hate New Jersey, but love Action Park. It's the one good thing in the entire state of New Jersey. Other than apparently Lynn Jersey, because she was very nice and got me this shirt.
Yes.
So thank you, and I wore it specifically for this.
Now go ahead and do your thing.
So I'm looking around to see if I can figure out where the other team members might have gone. Anyone else who's woken up, to go try and see if there are any indications of where they might have gone. If there's anything, if they had any robots give them stuff, anything like that. Looking around for any indication of where they might have gone.
Okay, make a... I will let you choose. You can make a spot check or a listen check.
Oh, listen.
Okay, it worked so well last time. All right. Kai,
I
what
rolled
was
a
your
one.
result?
16.
16. Okay. I'll let you roll 1d4 for
Okay.
the amount of health you're able to restore with that med kit.
That's fine. It's gonna be a 1, I bet. Yeah, that's right.
And my touch sight is gone now.
Okay. All right. And Leaf, what was the result of your search check?
12.
12. It looks like the only useful thing in this box was that med kit that the robot pulled out.
Okay.
All right. Eris, what was the oh yeah, you got a 1.
I got a 1. My second one in my last like 3 rolls.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't really tell where anyone or anything has gone.
So you were saying about luck of the dice?
Apparently Kyle's very good today. And
They're
ours
not
are-
warmed up yet. Also, I've only had to roll my d20. Possibly all the rest of these are great,
We'll never know.
as I just lost one over the side of the table. It's fine.
All right. So, what I will give you here, the robot is neutral to kind of on your side. It will follow basic commands.
Mhm.
So if you tell it to follow you, or you tell it to do this thing or other thing, it will help you. Getting it to maybe attack something is going to be a little harder because you're pretty familiar with most of the robots on the Endurance. They generally have protocols against harming living beings.
Mhm.
So it will follow you, but it might not necessarily be useful in a fight.
I don't want
You
it
said
to
it weighs
follow
about the
us.
same as I do, right?
It weighs more than you. It weighs probably twice as much as an average person.
Can I ride it?
It's strong enough, you could.
It dragged Kai along.
Yeah, you could.
I'm gonna ride the robot.
Okay. You ride the robot. Okay, you climb on top of the robot. Are you kind of standing on the structure that's supporting its treads and then holding it around the neck, or are you just like sitting on top of it or something?
Piggyback?
I am perched on top of it, holding on.
Holding on to it.
Actually, no, I'm
okay.
because it has the little head thing, right? No,
Yes.
I'm sitting with like my legs on either side of that, so that I can use
Like a small
robot
child.
to try and identify who else was woken up.
So it's like you're like a small child riding on the shoulders of your father to see the fireworks better on the 4th of July.
Yes, except an elf and a robot.
Great.
Okay.
This is
Quick
not.
little
This is
question.
in fiction. This is not how we be stealthy, Leaf.
Are there any buttons on this robot?
Oh no.
There's an on-off switch. There's also a diagnostic button.
Turn it off.
Just thought Leaf might want to know if there were any buttons on it.
Yeah, but I'm using the robot, and I know what these buttons do. I don't need to press them again.
Okay.
Yeah, you could also try booping its eye and see if anything happens.
Why would I do that? That's not very nice.
I mean, it didn't stop you with T0DD with
Yeah.
all the various buttons.
Hey, those buttons had labels.
True.
They were meant to be pressed.
All right.
Okay.
If you maybe want to be a little
Speak-
quiet.
Speaking of T0DD, we should get down there.
We should find out if there's anyone else awake.
I'm
Is there
doing
on?
that, but we can
Okay.
get to T0DD at the same time.
Do we have a schematic of like the ship, like where we are relative to some of the other things that we're discussing?
I think we know.
You've got a general idea. You are currently in Ring E, the 5th out of the 6 rings of Endurance, and all you have to do is get to the turbo lift system, and you'd be able to access any part of the ship, assuming they're operational. You do have access to the maintenance system in case the turbo lifts aren't working. It'll take you longer, but you can climb / float through it. Gravity gets a little weird in the maintenance system from what you remember.
Okay. Let's go see if the elevators are online. They're not called elevators. What are they called?
Turbo lift,
Turbo lift.
Yeah.
Straight out of Star Trek.
Star Trek, the best of the science fiction.
Let's
Yes.
go see if the turbo lifts are active.
Okay, and where is where is Leaf and the? Well, let's talk marching order. Where are all of you relative to each other?
I think me and Eris take the front.
Yeah, we're still right next
Yeet.
to each other.
Yeah. Yeet.
Yeah, I guess that means I'm taking up the rear, and I'm kind of facing backwards.
Oh, actually, quick, what?
I'm facing backwards while the robot follows you guys, but I can see what's behind us.
Okay, I guess.
Well, like out of my peripheral vision, while I kind of tap away on my tablety laptop thing.
Quick question. This is just for me to know. What's y'all's hit points this season?
46.
Oh my god.
That is very close to quadruple what Leaf has.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say it went down.
No, I have 12. Which is
Well,
like...
that's why when you said that yours was doubled, that wasn't very...
Yeah, it was 5 the last time you saw me.
Yeah. I'm at 29, if anyone's curious. Well, now I'm at 20, because... you know.
Okay. As you're walking toward the turbo lifts, you... when I scroll in one window, it wants to scroll the tabletop simulator as well. As you're walking toward the turbo lifts, you quickly become aware of the sound of hand-to-hand combat in front of you. And as you approach and the darkness allows you to resolve what you're seeing, you notice that there's an away team member fending off several unknown humanoids. And I just randomly typed things when I shouldn't. Hang on, where to go? This is bad. This is why I need more practice doing this. Okay, so these unknown humanoids, where did I put them? Ah, there they are. They are shorter than 2 meters, bald, and have mottled orange skin with gray tones underneath it. They all seem to wear a mask over their lower face. And
For COVID.
Yeah, I was
For
going to say, I wish
COVID.
I had a mask right here, too.
Maybe. And... Oh dear, I should have had a placeholder.
It's okay.
It's okay. Let's just say that...
Is that a Wonder the
hey-
Weasel? Placeholder?
That's the best I could do.
Excellent. That's the
That's the best.
excellent.
That is the best I could do.
That's fantastic. That's as best as anyone could possibly do. That's the single best thing that could be.
That's beautiful.
It's so
All right.
good. I'm
Let's
so
just-
glad I saw that.
You're welcome. Okay, let's see if I can get rid of...
Okay, clearly we have to get Wonder the Weasel then on this adventure.
Let's just say this
Gotta
current
pick
thing is standing in for your yet-to-be-identified away team member. And they're just kind of almost holding their own. They're just really outnumbered right now. Now, all of these other guys, they're kind of wearing cobbled-together kits of armor and other gear, and they seem to have, like, small little hand weapons that are mostly blunt, just trying to incapacitate this person.
I scream. Can I do something?
Sure. I mean,
Or are we-
it's
or
up to you.
is there more
You've come up
description?
on this scene, and you have yet to announce your presence.
I'm just going to yell, "Hey!" And I aim my revolver at the one that's the furthest from the team member because I don't want to hit them, and I fire.
I'm gonna do the same thing. Not the yelling part, but I think in sync, we're both gonna shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna
So
say,
much for diplomacy.
yes, so much for
They
diplomacy.
gave me a revolver. They didn't give me a speech.
They're also trying to kill one of our away team.
Maybe it
buds.
was a misunderstanding. Maybe
Would you
we
like to
could have
go ask them?
backed up. Yes.
It's too late. I've decided what I'm doing.
I've
I've done it. I've fired.
So with this setup that I've got here, who are you going for?
So, the one that was the furthest away. So I guess the one in the lower left is the one's the furthest away from them. because I
From-
don't want to hit them from the person.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's one kind of standing off next to a cryopod who's just kind of supervising what's going on here at the beatdown. Yeah, you can aim for that guy without any penalties.
Okay.
Is that who Kai's gunning for too?
No.
Okay, who's Kai aiming for?
Kai is aiming for the one in the front towards us. I'm not shooting to kill though.
Okay.
Because Leaf yells, "Man, what about diplomacy?" And so I, change.
The multi-tool does not differentiate.
I
okay.
know, but
And Leaf, what are you gonna
no.
do?
Okay, you know what? This is how I don't shoot to kill. I'm gonna shoot the floor in front of the person. Okay, is that better?
What setting is the multi-tool on?
The gun one.
Not the tunnel through miles of rock one.
No.
I
Just
mean,
the gun one.
technically, Kai,
Are they the
the
same?
multi-tool is a particle weapon. Particle weapons and laser weapons have the variable charge ability. So if you wanted to, you could actually tone it back to a single dice, if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
That's
so
you said I couldn't shoot.
It's still going to be
Not
lethal
to-
damage. It's
Well-
still going to be lethal damage. You do not have a stun mode on this thing.
I know,
You
but
could
like,
install one eventually, but you don't
as
have
in
it on
like,
this thing.
I'm not shooting their head off. I'm gonna go for the arm or the leg.
Only the dice will tell.
I know, but that's the.
Okay.
I'm trying to say I don't just ignore Leaf. I'm gonna try.
Okay, so Kai and Eris, go ahead and make your attack rolls. Leaf, are you going to be making any rolls in this?
Do these things appear to be communicating?
They seem to be talking in a language that you maybe can't make out, or at least there's enough going on where you are hearing vocalizations, but you can't necessarily make heads or tails out of it.
Great, because Leaf's been studying. And is going to use his newfound ability, psionic tongues.
I don't like the name of that.
Yeah.
Which takes one action, and for 10 minutes per level. So if we're counting for a little over an hour, allows me to speak and understand the language of any intelligent creature, whether it's a racial tongue or a regional dialect. I can only speak one language at a time, but I can understand multiple.
Okay.
Wow.
As long as they speak. Unless they are immune to mind-affecting powers.
They are not. What's the save DC?
There isn't, because it applies to me.
There isn't because it applies to you. Okay. I'm going to say you do that first before Kai or Eris can necessarily get a shot off. I'm being benevolent this time. And you hear stuff along the lines of, yeah, just get him out of the way. We've got plenty of room on the ship for him. It'll be fine. Just get the, yeah. Good right hook. Good right hook.
What?
I'm sure once we thaw more of these jokers out, they'll fetch some decent prices. It'll be fine.
Yeah, you still feel good about not using violence.
Leaf looks at Kai. Never mind, Kai. Shoot to kill.
Great.
Shoot to kill.
Ding,
Shoot
ding.
to kill. Okay, now what were your attack rolls?
How? Can you explain to me again how to do the attack? Like, what do I actually add together for this?
It's going to be your attack bonus for the weapon you're using.
It should be.
I did update those when we
Just that
leveled
plus a
you up.
D20 roll.
Yes.
Okay, 24.
27.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay. And Kai, did you just put it back up to full power again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Leaf, what are you doing?
I don't want to be sold as a slave. That's what I assume they're trying to do.
I am.
Although we don't know that yet.
Well, okay. When I assume the worst when Leaf says, you know what, never mind.
Yeah, Leaf is normally not in favor of killing things. I'm going to use my first screen, I guess. This is the next round, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to use my force screen ability.
Okay, you activate Force Scream with your other action. All right, Kai and Leaf, those are both hits.
Kind of
And
but...
we got battle music now. So go ahead and tell me what your damage is. So Eris, seeing as you're going for this guy first, what do you do?
Okay. Oh, I rolled the wrong. I was like, that's a 6, and it's a 2d4 damage, and I was confused. That's a 3. That's a 4. 7.
Okay. Yeah, you hit this alien who's just kind of supervising, just kind of in the armor, but you're pretty sure you just punch her right through, because then you see like some red oozing out of it. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit.
Oh,
Anyway.
actually, we can barely hear it, so...
Oh, never mind. I'll turn it up and just... Here. This is fun thing about doing the stuff that I do. I need to... It'll be fine. I'll manage. Anyway. So, yeah, you hit that guy pretty good. Kai, how much damage did you do?
12.
12?
Yes.
We may be bad at most things, but killing people, we're killing that.
Oh, killing
Yeah,
people? We're killing it.
You hit this other intruder square in the back and just leave this nasty charred mark on them. And while they're up, they are doubled over for the time being. And you get the sense they might not move immediately. So roll initiative.
Woo. Not good. I think my initiative
What do I roll
bonus
for
is like
this?
1.
You should have an
D20.
initiative modifier in there. It's going to be a D20.
Here's a hint,
14.
Michael. It's usually a D20.
I know. Just wanted to make sure.
That's fair.
14.
That's fair. Your d20's not been very lucky.
My d20 has not been very lucky.
I got
My
13.
d4, pretty lucky.
Or no, just kidding. I was adding it to a 6. 10.
A
9.
10
Yeah.
and a 9 for Leaf. Okay. So, Eris, you get to go again before anyone else. What are you going to do? Are you going to just shoot someone again?
I am going to shoot someone again, but I'm also going to be getting closer while I do that. Is that a thing I can do? Like, I'm not just firing.
Yeah.
I'm walking towards them and firing. You know.
Yeah, you totally can do that.
But also, 1 second. I need to open up the right page for this to make sure I know what I'm actually doing. There's maybe something else that I want to do.
While he's doing that, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I know you didn't mention it, but do I have my air rifle in addition to the stim packs?
Nope.
So I have a couple of stim darts, but nothing to shoot them with.
Yeah. Maybe you could try throwing them.
Okay.
Okay, so Eris, you said you were going to move closer, right?
Yeah, and I think that's all I'm gonna do. I'm then going to fire on a different. Like, how much did that actually affect the person? Are they still, beating up on the main guy?
It affected them in that they're not feeling well. They're kind of wondering what the hell's going on, and then they look at you and see you. So the effect it had, I would say, is that they're aware of your presence. They're not looking great. They're definitely oozing a lot of blood out of that spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire on one of the other ones. One of the ones that's maybe a little bit closer to the team member.
Okay. These 3 are going to be a little bit harder to hit because they are actively in melee with your away team member. So you will be getting a -4 penalty on that attack roll if you choose to take it. I also want to clarify, where do you want to move? Because you could move all the way up to them if you wanted to, but I'm assuming you'd prefer not to.
No, I want to stay out of their sort of melee range, but I want to be close enough that if things look bad, I can sort of jump in there.
Okay, so maybe off to the side in this square here?
Sure.
All right, there we go.
And yeah, I'm gonna fire one of the that one, the far right one.
Gotcha. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay. Do to a different thing and forget what it was. 14.
14. That's the hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
5.
-5. All right. Yeah, you hit them again. They're still up. Next up, it is our newfound friends, and let's see. This guy here, he's just gonna run at you, Eris, and he's going to make an attack with kind of a. It almost looks like a sock filled with weights, and it's.
It's a butter sock. Sorry.
Yes. The 14 doesn't hit you, right? What's your armor class?
It's a great question. 15.
15? Okay. Yeah. They kind of whiff it as it kind of flies over you. However, the one that Kai shot, he's going to run around, get around the back of you, and attack again. And this one rolls a 16, so that definitely hits. And does 6 points of damage to you.
Okay.
All right. And then this one swipes at your fellow away team member. That's a hit. Okay. You just resolve this really quick. Not. Oh, that's definitely it. And does. Okay. And then this last one who also got shot is. He's going to make. He's going to run past you, Eris. Which means you get an attack of opportunity right here. So go ahead and. This would essentially be you like swatting at it with the butt of your pistol.
Okay. Just make another attack roll.
Yes, please.
21.
Okay. That would be 1d4 plus your strength modifier.
Okay. 4.
4? All right. And still keeping track of where these guys are. Ouch. Okay. Yep, there. You hit him. He keeps on going and comes after you, Kai, and swings. Actually, you guys aren't wearing your armor. I should have remembered that at the beginning.
Oh.
Oh.
So Kai, without your armor, what's your armor class?
What did you roll?
I rolled a 14.
That's my armor class.
So,
Oh, right, but
To the...
did you hit your tattoo?
No, not yet.
no,
I can't retcon that one.
I think meets beats with this. So yeah, he hits. And does.
What did you say just now?
Meets beats.
Oh, okay. I was understanding that as MEATS, and I was confused. Anyway.
I mean, you might need intelligent beats at some point. That could be fun. Anyway, so you take 3 points of non-lethal damage.
How does that differentiate from regular damage?
If you reach your full hit points in non-lethal damage, you just fall unconscious.
Oh, okay.
But you fall unconscious without having to roll death saves.
I still take the 3 normally, though.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You still have to recover from it. Okay. That means now that all of them have gone, it is your friend's turn. And they were originally getting grappled by the guy who came for you, Kai. So they turn around and the chosen one has reappeared. They punch one of the guys attacking them and crit. And this person, well, let's just say it does some serious damage. Ouch. Okay. Yeah. That. Okay. Okay. Next up is Kai. You've got someone trying to beat you with a weighted sock, essentially.
Cool. Can I just try to pardon my language? Can I just try to punch him in the face?
Yeah.
Great.
Make an unarmed attack.
Yeah.
That's your base attack modifier because you don't have a strength bonus.
Yes. Yes. Base attack is 5. I rolled a. Ooh! That's a 21.
Nice. Nice. Go ahead and
Yeah. How much damage does that do?
I think it's supposed to be 1d3, but I've been rolling 1d4. So go ahead and roll 1d4.
Did you say 1d3? That's a thing.
It's a d6 divided by 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A d4. Okay. Oh, it's a 4.
Nice. -4. Let me do some math really
Yeah,
quick.
I can really just.
Yeah, this guy's... That punch looked like it really messed with the guy. So, yeah, they're not looking so good. Next up, Leaf. It is your turn.
First, hey Kai, tattoo.
Right.
As he slaps his own tattoo.
Okay.
Which activates his inertial armor, so he now has a kind of an invisible shield in front of him, and the air around him is ever so slightly wavery.
Nice.
And then I'm going to yell out with the intent that these creatures understand me, which thereby, as long as they all speak the same language, means they will. Surrender if you want to live.
Are you trying to intimidate them?
It sounds like it.
My question is, what skill check do you want to roll for this? You could try bluffing them, because who knows?
I mean, already killed a couple of them. So we've seriously damaged several of them. So I'm not exactly bluffing.
True. Then roll an intimidate check
not
for
bluffing,
me.
so intimidate.
Knowing your companions, you're not
Knowing my
bluffing.
companions, this is not a bluff. Intimidate? Yeah, that's a 6. That's a 6, but we did just come out of nowhere and basically, kind of decimate them a little bit so far.
Yeah, they seem to comprehend. They don't immediately surrender, though.
Plus, I'm also hoping the shock value of me speaking their language.
That does not seem to surprise them.
Cool.
It's and anyone who's encountered psionics in this world would know you get a sense when someone's psionically communicating or using a power to communicate.
So just for clarification there, I'm not it's not translating. It allows me to be able to actually speak their language.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you're going to do?
How far am I from the nearest one?
You could easily walk or command your mount to ride over to the one that's messing with Kai. It might be a little difficult to get around them.
Let me rephrase that. How far away do I have to move to not be in easy range?
I mean,
as far as I can.
I gotta
how
go.
close am I to Kai right now?
I mean, you could get about here. I mean, the corridor just continues, so you could get right about here-ish. That would be a full move length away.
I'm gonna move half of that away.
Okay.
With my robot.
Leaf is leaving his friends again.
This is normal.
Surprising.
Okay. Eris, you are up next.
Okay, so the one in front of me is the one I originally hit for a lot, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, I am going to fire again at that one. But then, how does Heroic Surge work?
You can use it a certain number of times a day.
I can use it twice per day, but how does I can just do 2 things, right?
You can use it to make a bonus attack if you want to. I remember reading that in the description.
So can I fire at the one in front of me and then also fire at one of the ones behind me that's attacked? Like fire both of the ones that are on top of me?
Sure. I can't stress this enough. You're in melee combat with them. Each of them will get an attack of opportunity against you if you shoot in melee combat.
Yeah, but I don't have a melee thing. So what would happen if I just like tried to punch them or something?
You'd use the butt of your pistol as a melee weapon. It's 1d4 plus your strength.
If I hit.
If you hit. So far, I mean, I'm pretty sure you've hit every single attack against these guys.
Okay, then fine. I'll just try and hit both of them. They're right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Eris getting multiple attacks per turn when none of you are high enough level. This is great. Do it.
Okay. Okay, so I got an 11 for my first attack.
Okay, that one whiffs, sadly.
Okay. I got a 21 for my second attack.
Okay, so the guy in front of you, I'm assuming you go for him first.
Yeah.
Kind of avoids it, then you whip around and just kind of clobber the guy behind you. Go ahead and roll 1d4 plus your strength for the butt of the pistol.
5.
5? Nice. Okay. This guy is looking real bad. He kind of just stumbles against the cryopod next to him, and yeah, he's not looking great.
Okay.
All right. All right. That means it is their turn. So, one of them shouts something. In fact, the guy who was like supervising everything shouts something, and Leaf, you understand it to be, get back to the passage and get out of here. And they all perform disengage actions. So these two disengage from your buddy up here. This guy disengages from you, Eris, but prompts an attack of opportunity, which the other guy kind of misses and just keeps on moving. This guy also disengages and prompts an attack of opportunity because he gets right about there. Your friend punches themselves in their face. They rolled a 1.
Oh god.
And Kai, this guy disengages from you. Eris, you get an attack of opportunity. This is the narrow corridor.
Hell yeah.
Trip him.
Got
Wait.
7.
Yeah, trip him and try to.
I mean,
My attack.
yeah, sadly that doesn't hit.
Yeah, I know.
So
Wait,
they
I
end
don't
up
get
right-
to do anything when they disengage with me.
No, a disengage action means they spend their entire action to get away from you.
Okay.
It doesn't prompt an attack of opportunity. However, if they pass anyone else along the way, that technically does, because disengage only counts for the person they were in melee combat with.
Okay.
All right, or at least that's how I'm running it right now, because that makes sense to me for some reason. Okay, so that is their turn. Your friend decides to intercept. Your friend just decides to slap this guy again, and hits and does go a lot. Okay, yeah, this guy.
It was the strongest slap.
Yes.
Slap heard around the world.
Let's just say your friend just kind of turns around and decks him.
Nice.
Yeah, this intruder is knocked unconscious.
Perfect.
They're not dead, but they're knocked unconscious. So yeah, that one is out of the fight.
Grab
Just
him.
right. You see, and that's all. Yeah, you say grab him, and you actually notice that the other away team member hesitates for a second, but then just dives on top of this person they knocked unconscious,
Good. Yes.
which is something I can do. Ow! Whoops. Okay, I didn't realize the physics engine would do that. Okay, there we go.
So funny. I love it.
Actually, just for fun, I'm going to show you guys a thing I can do.
Oh no.
I can spawn dice and roll them.
awesome.
That's fun.
Object
Can
go away.
is there an undo option?
That's so fun.
Okay. Anyway, so that was your friend. That means Kai, it's your turn. We get you back to where you can see everything. There we go.
I think I'm just gonna kind of like chase them out.
Okay.
Kind of.
Are you gonna just run after them, or are you gonna maybe take cover behind cryopods or something like that?
I'm just gonna
Cryopod. Okay.
just gonna run after them with my gun at my multi-tool out and just be like, yeah, you better run, get out of here, and just like make sure they don't try to take the one that's unconscious, and running up about square to where our other away team member is.
Okay.
Well, I guess
roll an intimidate check to see if you can scare them into not coming back.
Okay. Oh, I dropped it. Hold on. Oh, I think it was gonna be a better roll if I had dropped it. Shit. Intimidate. It's not good. 7. But they're already on the way out. I mean.
Go ahead and roll it one more time.
Okay. Oh, that's much better. That's a 20.
A natural 20 or
no,
dirty?
not natural. Dirty.
Okay. You get the sense that the ones just still up aren't going to argue with you screaming at them in a language they don't understand.
I realize that they can't understand me anyway, and I go, I can be saying anything. Go get the pizza from the buffet. And they look terrified.
Okay. Exactly. And Leaf, unless Kai, are you going to do anything else on your turn? Because you can still try shooting someone if you want to. I mean,
I know how many charges I have left on my multi-tool.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna hold my position, kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
Near Eris.
That means Leaf, it's your turn.
I'd like to pull up a schematic of the ship and see where they got in.
Okay, go ahead and roll a computer use check to access the main system. Because what you're doing is you're opening your laptop up to it and popping in.
Mm-hmm. 21.
Okay, so you access the system, and I counter-rolled here. So, you access the system, and you notice immediately that something tries to take over your computer.
Not this time.
Actually, it's a more even fight than you are ready for.
Okay.
So your computer is not completely under their control, but they're in. And they were in...
Sorry.
They were in the moment you connected to the ship's Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Instead of just, scanning for Wi-Fi signals.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's the same weird alien code that you.
Can I read it now that I can understand these people's language? While because I'm still close to one of them, which means in theory I should be able to understand their language, right?
Okay. You can. It's comprehensible, except it's heavily obfuscated. So you have no idea what these commands actually mean.
Right.
It's like, instead of writing count equals 1, they write dx equals 1.
But it now clearly feels like a language.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And whatever it is, it's running at a speed where you suspect there's some heft behind it.
Okay. Leaf does learn from his mistakes. And it's trying to control the system, or is it uploading itself to my system?
It's trying to take control of the computer.
Leaf hits the keyboard shortcut to turn off the Wi-Fi.
Okay, the Wi-Fi's off, and it stops trying to take over.
Well, Well, that answers that question. This isn't over. We should probably not let them leave this ship.
Well,
Yeah.
They've gotten into the computer systems. Wadsworth's not in control. If they get out, who knows what they'll do to the ship once they're not on it.
this can't be the only ones, though.
Prisoners.
Yeah.
Well, you got one.
Let's hope it's enough then.
They're still running away, right?
It looks like it.
What's the state of the other team member that we just rescued?
Wrestling an unconscious body.
But, like,
Cool.
I think, did you mean, like, how damaged are they?
They look like they've taken a bit of a beating.
Okay.
Are we still in combat?
Oh yeah, the combat
Yeah.
music hasn't stopped yet. It's still
It
Lee's
goes-
turn. If you
It goes in and out, because it only plays when your microphone gets, lights up. We'll figure that out later, Grant. Don't worry. I'm sorry.
Can I roll
Sorry about it.
my knowledge of tactics to see if I can kind of guess where they would have docked?
You could. I mean, your basic knowledge of the ship's structure is there are 2 hangars on this
Or which
on
one
this ship.
heading towards?
They could be. I mean,
Heading
just,
towards either, from where the direction they're going.
yeah. Just by heading toward the turbolifts, they could get either to the main colony deployment hangar, which you guys have never been to, except maybe when touring the ship. That's the big hangar where all of the transports and prefabs would be deployed from the ship.
They're currently
up-
heading towards the turbo lift.
Correct. And the turbolift will access,
Everything.
or at least the turbolift shaft will access everything. So they could be anywhere.
Leaf's gonna direct his robot pal to go full speed ahead in that same direction and chase them along with Kai, I guess.
Oh, I'm not
Okay.
chasing anymore. I had stopped. I thought we were stopping. So you can pass me.
Okay.
No, you would have to run her over. She's taking over half the space right next to Eris.
I can dodge out of the way. Right?
I mean, you do act before Leaf
I'll
does,
warn
so-
her. Kai!
Move.
As you hear the whirring of a robot coming up behind you.
Just.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're back at the top of the order. So, Eris, it is your turn.
Wait.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go try and what?
I was just gonna say, this is me in fiction. Wait, do we want more prisoners? Are we trying to kill them? What? I'm lost.
Who
We just
knows
need
where
to
they're
figure out
going?
What's going on?
We need to know where they docked.
I don't even know who you are. Hi, my name's Kai. To the one
Yeah,
that's on
that's
the
what I'm
floor.
going to do on my turn. I'm gonna go try and pull them off of the unconscious alien and try and talk to them.
Okay.
Like,
This is the middle of combat, so you might not necessarily be able to. The other away team member is going to really kind of ignore you for the time being. They are focused on getting everyone out of this alive. So yeah, Kai, make a spot check.
It's like a 3, I think. Let me
You
check
don't know
my
if it-
spot. Oh no, just kidding. It's a 5. Still bad.
You don't notice anything specific.
Can't see shit.
Okay, so Eris, you said you were going to move to your ally.
yeah.
You're moving past one of them, so they're going
It-
to because
Thought they-
attacks of opportunity.
I thought they were running.
They're
Yeah, I thought
trying
they
to,
were-
but they
How
only took.
slow are they? Okay, fine. Then as I walk to the teammate, I'm also gonna shoot this one again.
It looks really
You're not
close,
getting
but
out of here
technically you're not
fast
close enough. So yeah, roll your attack for shooting them.
14.
A 14? Yeah, that's a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Excellent.
Oh, jeez. Eris in
8.
full
I got
bloodthirsty
8.
mode.
This guy didn't get out of there fast enough, so he's gonna have to take all the full brunt of my.
Is he dead?
Yes, this one is very dead. They just kind of collapse there. Eris, you move over to your ally over here. And what were you going to do?
I was going to try and pull him off of the like unconscious body.
Okay, you don't have quite enough to do that right now, but
Okay.
you know, if you say, "Hey, get off the unconscious body," they'll probably do it.
Hey, it's unconscious. Keep him alive. Might want to talk to him.
Okay, your crewmate nods, and on their next turn, they'll probably do something
Weave
about that.
calls over his, I guess not over his shoulder because he's not there yet. Like, tie him up or something.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's my turn.
Okay. I need to roll a few more things here. 2 seconds. Stop going toward me. Okay. Okay. So now it's their turn. And first things first, this guy gets out there and immediately they are lit up with gunfire. And do some rolls. Oh yeah, no, they immediately just go down. This guy here doesn't catch it quite in time and also gets lit up. Oh wow, the chosen ones have shown up today. And this one just gets zapped by a red bolt of energy, and they don't just die, they disintegrate. And then this guy, seeing all the things that just happened, kind of just looks back and forth and then kneels on the ground. And that being said, you are now out of initiative. However, someone was out there shooting back, so
Weave's gonna yell out, "Hey, we've got friendlies here!"
Yeah. What? I will never remember our team name, Grant.
Dawn's Horizon.
It's Team Dawn's Horizon. This is who's out there? Hi. Friendlies, I hope. Away team?
You hear footsteps on the other side, and then an heirloom human pokes her head around the corner, and she's a little bit older, and she says, "Oh, hello, dearie. It's good to see that there are more people up. Susanna, I'm from Gamma Team, Gamma Lead. Zen, dear, are you okay down there?" And Kai, your
What?
friend who you guys just saved, stands up, brushes himself off, and says, "Yeah, fine. A little beaten up here."
What was his name?
Zen.
Sen.
Hang on, where'd I put
Kai's in shock. Kai doesn't know what to do.
And
Do I have to hold on to... Quick question. Do I have to hold on to the multi-tool for it to stay on my arm?
No, it's just secured there.
Okay, because I was going to say clatters to the floor dramatically, but it doesn't because it's on my arm. So I'm just... Zen?
Why? Yeah,
You're working on it, I know.
Yeah,
but that's
no,
my
I'm
response. Take your time.
I'm completely disorganized here.
Well, do we need the placeholders or should we switch back to story mode?
I think we can switch back to story mode for a little while.
Great.
So, boop.
Okay.
So yes, Kai, your long lost friend just kind of turns around after hearing your voice and says, "Kypris, I didn't realize you made it here."
Holy shit.
It's
Okay, and she runs up and
wild.
cuts him off with a hug because she doesn't care that he doesn't like hugs. Just grabs him. It's like,
Yes.
what do you mean? What do you mean you're on the endurance? Where? What?
Eris and
Yeah.
Leaf, you just see Kai run up, bear hug this, very, very tall, orange-scaled reptilian dominant human, and he just kind of awkwardly pats her on the back.
Yeah. It's normal.
Yes. And Well,
Yeah,
I
it's
can
like
give
a
you the whole
hug,
story
and then
sometime.
a grab, and then a shake, and then a what are you talking about? You're real.
Very bruised. Be careful with that shoulder,
Sorry.
please.
I'm gonna walk over and just slap him with a stim pack.
I thought you were gonna say just slap him. I was like,
On the
okay.
shoulder.
Ouch! Give a guy some warning next time. Those needles sting. All right, go ahead and roll the healing for that.
It's class 1, right? So that's a
1d8 plus 1.
6.
6. Okay, yeah, he's looking a little better.
Wait, you're part of Gamma Team? Wait, you're.
Well, long story short, I got run off planet, and
Sounds familiar.
Earth was the best place I could go, and this was the best gig I could find.
You too, huh?
Zen
All
kind
that
of
baggage, don't we?
Zen kind of peers around Kai and waves at the two of you. Says, "Hi,
Oh.
I'm Zen, old friend from home."
Dawn's Horizon Team, Leaf, Eris, my friends. They keep me alive when I do
hold up
stupid
the laptop.
Hello.
Previously, Bessie.
things. Previously, Bessie. We have a couple pets. We'll introduce you to them later.
Don't call Bessie that.
How are you?
Okay.
We need to talk later, but what is going on?
Zen kind of glances at Gamma Team Lead, who just says, "You go ahead and explain." And he turns back to the rest of you and says,
Sorry. Hi, Gamma Team Lead.
"Oh,
Very nice to
Sus-
meet you.
You can call me Susanna, dear. It's fine."
I'm sorry. I would love to chat with you later. This is just very a lot's happening right now. I'm sorry.
You two catch up, dears. It's fine. I'll be guarding the turbo lift with the rest of the team. And Zen just kind of shakes his head, looks back at the rest of you, and says, "It's Protocol A4. I mean, it's ship's been boarded. Bad things happening. We know about as much as you do.
How long have you been awake?
About 12 hours. We've got elements of Delta, Beta, and Alpha teams all awake. Last I heard, Alpha team decided to go and solo recapture the bridge because, of course, they did.
I hate Alpha Team.
I think everyone does at this point. Beta and Delta team are waiting at the intersection with Ring A, with the hope of trying to get through to the quartermaster's office and retake the hangar, so we can start maybe deploying ships and fighting back against whatever the hell is going on here. But yeah,
Okay.
that's and we've just been tasked with, trying to keep this place secure when there are 3 different turbo lift access ports and only 4 of us. It's been great.
What's your
We
team?
almost double that.
Yeah. What's your team made up of? What are you?
Well-
What do you do?
I
This is wild. I know this isn't but this is
mean-
important. So we'll talk. What do you do?
technically am a security officer, so all of the strong arming I used to do back in the docks, that's what I do now.
Sounds right.
Except I actually get paid for it and I do it legitimately. Susanna, the boss, she's our engineer. Watch out for Poppy. Poppy's her robot. A little twitchy. Don't make a funny face at it. I made that mistake. He points at a missing scale on his neck. That's where that came from. There's also Belmont. We call him Bell. He hates it. He's our elf gunnery expert. He's the soldier of the group. And of course there's Ada. Ada doesn't really talk very much. Kind of a psionic person. Yeah, that's Gamma Team. I mean, what? Not much to say. We don't have a catchphrase or anything.
At least you have a designation.
Yeah.
They ran out of letters for us.
Still though, you've got to have one, don't you? You said Dawn's Horizon earlier. That's sick.
Thanks.
Hey, sick. That's what we were in the last mission.
We're not
Wait,
going to
what?
talk about that. Well, we should talk about that. It was wild, but
Do I still have scales from that?
No,
No.
you fully recovered
yeah.
from it.
But
If anything, maybe meat won't taste the same ever again.
Yeah, whatever.
um
It tasted better anyway.
but you said something, Zen, you said something about getting ships in the air? So a ship boarded us? Are they is it a fleet?
We're fairly sure that the entry point is the away team hangar. It's the only place that seems to have full power right now. And what little reconnaissance we've been able to do through the duct network in and around the quartermaster's office has told us that seems to be the locale of operation. Beyond that, the borders have numbers on us for sure. If we could get all of the away team personnel unfrozen, we might stand a better chance, but beyond the confines of the ship, we don't know what else is out there. We have no access to external sensors. And as far as I've checked, no one's looked out a window yet.
Leaf walks over to the nearest
Window?
that would be hilarious. To the nearest cryopod, because I assume this is all away team.
They're technically Ring E is emergency personnel and specialist personnel. So this is where scientists, doctors, engineers,
Cool.
and the away team initiative is housed.
Yeah, so I walk over to one of the cryopods, and I assume these things have some basic controls on them.
Some basic controls, they're mostly automated.
Can I pull up the info sheet on who's in it?
Sure. It's here we go again. You do this every time. All right. It's
Do you need time?
Thaddeus Crawl.
Okay.
Iconic. Why are you doing this?
Spelled with one D and two A's and a K.
1 D
Love it.
and 2 A's. And a K? Where does the K
K.
go?
On the crawl.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
he's-
stylized.
And his role is
Lab cleaner.
lab cleaner.
What are you
Lab
doing?
lab cleaning assistant first class.
Oh god.
He's good at it.
And you have no idea what that means. It could mean mucking out the enclosures in whatever zoo the Endurance eventually makes. That's all you know.
I mean, he's emergency personnel or a specialist, so presumably he's important.
Yeah, it's a fancy janitor.
Hey, sometimes when there's a spill, that is an emergency.
I mean, it's manpower.
True.
What are you
He's
doing?
He's proficient in mops and brooms.
Well, we've got an infestation to mop up, so let's wake him up.
Okay.
I'm sorry, really quick. One of our viewers just said Kyle's face is being scanned by a photocopier in slow motion right now. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Let me see
Kyle
if I
has
can turn that off.
Kyle's has windows directly above his setup that are almost impossible to fully close. So
Someday there will be
blinds,
curtains.
yeah.
Okay, so
While he's doing that,
while the 48-hour timer starts counting down second by second,
yeah.
Is there a thaw button?
you hit the thaw button. That's what
Okay.
it's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
Okay.
It takes.
But I can hit it and walk away.
Yes. Are you just gonna walk down the
Can I
entire
just?
aisle?
Yeah,
and
I was
just
gonna
hit all-
say, can we just go
Uh,
hit every thaw button?
No,
that's
I'm not
bad.
going to. I'm only going to activate 5 of them because I remember them saying that if you do more than 15, it's a problem, and I don't know how many others are currently in the thaw cycle.
Okay.
And I preferentially thaw security 5 security personnel.
Okay.
Well, 4 security personnel plus Thaddeus.
Plus that.
Leaf! Did you
And,
guys hear that? Because Grant
and-
did
and
just
you-
play a sound effect that was a bad noise.
It's an
And-
alarm.
And you hear over the automated broadcast system.
Oh my god.
canceling thawing process. Too many thaws in progress.
Oh, and okay, I assume it does that after the first one.
It does that after the third one, so you've hit your maximum
Okay, so I've got Thaddeus plus 2 security officers.
in about 48 hours.
Okay.
Ah. Okay, when Zen said that we should wake more people up, I think he meant we should wait and see if more people wake up. Leave. That's not our job. Okay? The computer does that one.
Our job is also
There's
not
somebody
to deal
else
with
in our
people
computer
boarding
system.
the ship. So
Also,
Yeah, but-
speaking of which, and Akai leans down and slaps the unconscious one.
You do have a perfectly conscious one too, who's just watching in horror.
Oh, we do. That's right. Okay, never mind. So speaking of which, I walk over to that one, and I say, "Hands behind your back." And
He doesn't know.
oh, okay. I go.
Okay. The being just kind of looks at you for a second and then slowly puts their hands behind their back.
Hey, would you like me to translate?
If you want to.
I mean, this is fun to watch.
Oh wait, you have that weird stuff.
Oh yeah.
Can you make a little rope around his hands for a minute?
Before I do that, do these things give off any kind of like psionic aura?
I mean, roll a psycraft check. See if you sense anything.
Also, Lynn Jersey thought that alarm was an earthquake alarm for me. That would have been buck wild. I don't think that happens in LA.
You said psycraft?
Yes.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Mm.
You're getting nothing new from them. If anything, they just feel like life.
Okay.
Great.
Wrap
them up.
Then I take my bracelet thing and
And you turn
and
it into a
instruct
slap
it to
bracelet.
basically just and to lock in place.
Okay. Kai and Leaf, you kind of notice it starts crawling up his arms a little bit.
Tell it not to do that.
It doesn't go very far.
Okay.
It's just like a tendril or two are just crawling up the arm.
I don't want it to kill him. I just want it to hold him.
Does it appear to be doing that of its own volition or under control of something?
It seems to be doing that of its own volition, kind of like tapping on the glass when you pick it up and stuff like that.
Okay. Now that it's no longer in contact with me and not getting active instructions.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Cool.
Leaf, you can talk to these people?
Yeah.
Excellent. Tell him that we are going to kill him the same way that his buddies were murdered just now. I'm looking at him and smiling, by the way, while I say this. Unless he tells us exactly what they're doing and why they're here. And it better be the truth, because I'll be able to tell.
She really, really wants to kill you right now. And judging by looks over, I don't think she's gonna be quick about it. But I can probably get her to hold off if you just tell me everything.
Okay, so it sounds like you're being the good cop.
Yes.
Should I
and
roll
she's
for
being
something?
the psycho cop.
Yeah, that's my job.
Okay. Roll a diplomacy check with advantage for that one.
Do I have to roll anything?
You can roll an intimidate check to, help him along.
Sure. Oh,
That's not good.
Oh, he's gonna need the help, I guess.
I'm gonna need it. Because that's an 8.
I got a dirty 20. Dirty 20, baby.
Okay, your prisoner definitely believes he's probably going to die soon, but he is not convinced
that I can stop her.
He's not necessarily convinced that you can. Yeah, he looks between the two of you and kind of sizes you up, Leaf, and definitely you get the sense that this guy does not believe you would be able to stop Kai even if you wanted to, and also seeing as their death is probably inevitable, they're not necessarily inclined to tell you anything.
Listen. Your death, the death part can be negotiated. This is your chance. You see your friend over there? He's still breathing. You want him back? You want to leave? We don't kill everybody here. We take prisoners.
Zen taps you on the shoulder, Kai, and says, let me give this a try. And he turns to you, Leaf, and says, repeat what I say exactly. And
Okay.
he gets down on eye level with this being and says very quietly, you will tell us what we want to know, or I will literally lay you alive. Do you understand me?
Now, how is that different from what I just did, Sen? Sen?
He doesn't respond. He's just on eye level and staring this guy down.
I repeat it verbatim, and I mean, only the creature can understand me,
Okay. And there is a pause.
I think. Is how that works.
Zen's total result was a 30.
He's good
So-
at this stuff.
Yeah.
Mine was a 20, though. So,
I'm not going to tell you exactly what Zen's stats are, but this was going to be a high roll to begin with.
I know.
And this is what security officers are good at. So, they're battle bards. Anyway, so after a moment, this guy doesn't have eyes like we do, so you can't see them like looking back and forth. They kind of turn their whole head, and they break eye contact with Zen and look up at you, Leaf, and says, hang on, I had a voice for this, and says,
we wanted technology.
This is right.
What?
Say that again. Sorry.
We wanted technology. We wanted what you have, and we will take it, whether you like it or not.
And I think that's it for the mission for this. I think that's a good place to end it for this week.
I think so.
On
Oh,
a very
boy.
ominous tone.
uh-huh.
Very Independence Day. I guess not Technology Day. It's one resources. Just wanted to again plug that.
I would just like to say for the record, this is the second time that we've ended a session on an ominous warning from an alien species.
Hey, I mean, we gotta get in that. If we're going off of the other kind of stuff that I'm involved in, you gotta get on that
And I am
cliffhanger
so here for it.
game. It's
The
great.
cliffhanger train. Let's
Okay.
do it.
Hell yeah. That's how I end every episode of the podcast. But on that note, yeah, we will pause there. Thank you so much, Grant, for an exciting season opener. This was great. Thank you, Kyle and Michael, for being here and reprising your roles. Thank you, everyone who came to watch. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, I have to reward those
Yeah, who took the
prediction
most
points.
damage?
I wonder who took the most damage. No one voted for me.
Wow.
Y'all are all gonna lose. I'm so sorry.
Tragic.
But it was
They
me.
thought you were better at making decisions.
I'm so well, no, I'm not. Guys,
But you've
wisdom
got
score is quite
90%
low.
of the votes.
And took 0 damage.
Yeah, shocking.
Yeah, well
Uh-huh.
done. You took the least damage.
Wow. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you to, I didn't shout out anybody during the actual stream. So Ghost 180, Lynn Jersey, Kylos G, Yang, Skeptical Sig. Thank you guys all for hanging out. Thank you to everyone who also is here but didn't chat. No worries. If you guys are not following, you should do that. You can follow us, get notified when we go live. If you are so inclined to subscribe, help out the channel, you can do that too. It's super cool of you. As far as next week goes, on Monday I will be back. I'm probably going to play Subnautica, but I think it might be my last Subnautica stream for a little while because I may be switching over to a new Monday amateur astronomy thing with Aiden because we want to do amateur astronomy stuff, so I thought that could be fun. On Wednesday, Michael's going to be here with Grant. Yes. Probably.
so.
Michael's gonna be here with
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
to talk about astronomy news because I have work that day. So I think Grant's gonna take over from me for that. But Michael will be here with somebody, even if Grant is not able to make it, talking about astronomy news. And then on Friday we will be back with some more D&D in space. So anything else from you guys?
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one.
I'm excited. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, everyone.